Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my short presentation about the book Foxcatcher by Mark Schulz and David Thomas. But first of all, I would like to welcome you here in the gym of the Ringsportclub Inzing, shortly RSCI. This is the club for which I started at the Austrian National League and the Austrian National Championships when I was a little younger, I think about that size. And now you can guess what the book Foxcatcher is about. You're right, it's about wrestling. And it's about the problems lesser known sports have to deal with. Almost no money for the athletes and really less money for the clubs. The story Foxcatcher took place in the time between the early 1980s and the year 1996. Some days ago, I read the book Foxcatcher by Mark Schulz and David Thomas, as I told you. But last year, I watched the movie Foxcatcher in the cinema, and I really liked the movie. But while I was reading the book, I could feel the passion and I could feel the feelings Mark Schulz had when he wrote his book. It's the first book Mark Schulz wrote, and it's the seventh of David Thomas, and it's a reflection of the Schulz brothers' life, and Mark is telling their story. Okay, but let's start at the beginning. The brothers Mark and Dave Schulz are wrestlers, and they are both pretty good at it. But no, don't let's say they're pretty good at it. Let's say they were the best, because Mark and Dave are gold medalists at Olympic Games 1984 in Los Angeles in LA. One day, Mark got a phone call. It was John DuPont calling, and Mark Schulz had no idea who John DuPont was. John DuPont was part of the Foxcatchers family, and his family was one of the most important and richest families in the United States. DuPont wanted Mark Schulz to visit him at his estate, and they talked about the Olympic gold medal, the Olympic Games, and the World Championships. Schulz was invited by John DuPont to leave his flat and move to his estate. The main aim was that Mark Schulz and his brother Dave should live at the Foxcatchers farm and train there to become gold medalists once more. Dave Schulz quit his career as a sportsman and started to become Mark's coach. But there was one problem, and it was a real big problem. Dave didn't want to move to the estate with Mark because he had a family. He had a wife and two beautiful children. So Mark and a few other wrestlers started to train at the Foxcatchers farm on their own, and they weren't that bad at all. But after a while, and with a lot of money, John DuPont managed to bring Dave and his family to his estate. DuPont wanted to make his area the base of the US wrestling team. And once more, he succeeded with a lot of money. Unfortunately, Mark was ranked number 6 at the Olympic Games, and he wasn't very satisfied with it. And so Mark quit wrestling for the Foxcatchers team and left the Foxcatchers farm, but Dave stayed at DuPont's estate. I don't want to tell you the end of the story, but I would like to let you know that John DuPont wasn't allowed to wrestle in his childhood, and that he hadn't any friends when he was young. The book Foxcatcher is based on the real life of the Schulz brothers and their story. The subtitle of the book, A True Story of Murder, Madness, and the Quest for Olympic Gold, says everything about the book. I didn't expect the end, and you'll be surprised to learn about the true story of the Foxcatcher. I really enjoy reading the book, and I can see the problems they had as sports people, because we've got the same problems in Austria too. A young man is Olympic gold medalist in wrestling, and almost nobody knows the champion because the sport is unknown. For the lesser known sports, it's really hard to be accepted in society because these sports look a little strange for other people because it's not skiing or soccer. But many lesser known sports can be really exciting and can be great. Thanks for watching.